Hi everybody, it's Monday, September 19th, and since you have a quiz tomorrow, I decided to make this video all about reviewing for the topics that will be on the quiz tomorrow. So I will just be listing all the topics and then giving you an example so that you feel prepared for all of the quiz questions tomorrow in class. So I'll just give you all of the topics right now and then I'll go over each one. So on the quiz, you need to know the difference between factors and multiples. You need to know the difference between prime versus composite numbers. And you need to be able to do the prime factorization of a number less than 100. So first let's talk about factors. Factors go into a number evenly. So for example, if I were to list all of the factors of 24, using my T-chart method, which is one of the ways we talked about, I first start with 1 and 24. So basically, the items across from each other, if you multiply them together, they need to equal this number. So after 1, I always want to try 2. And in this case, 2 works because 24 is even. 2 times 12 is 24. Next, I'm going to try 3. 3 works because I know my times table. 3 times 8 is 24. I will try 4 next, and that works. 4 times 6. Now, some of you might say, how do I know if I'm done? So what you want to do is look at the last thing you've written. These two numbers only have the number 5 in between them, and 5 is not a factor of 24. So because there's only one possible number left in between, you know you're done. So those are all the factors of 24. Now, multiples of 24, best thing to do is just skip count. Start with the number, add 24, add 24, that's 72. And you could keep going, add 24, and so on. This does not ever end, so you might be able to list 2, 3, 4, or however many I ask for. Okay, prime versus composite. Prime. Number only has 2 factors. 1 and itself. Examples, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 29, etc. And composite numbers have more than 2 factors, which are most numbers you think of. Okay, the last thing we're going to cover is prime factorization. I'm going to continue to use the number 24. First step is going to be making your upside down V. And what you can do here, since I've already done it over here, you can pick any of those pairs except for 1 and 24 to start your factor tree. So I'm going to choose 2 and 12. So on the left side, I write a 2. On the right side, I write a 12. And it might be helpful to write the dot in between it so you remember that it's multiplication. I circled 2 because that is a prime number, which means that branch is done. 12 is composite, so I'm going to keep going. Now my next step is thinking, what 2 numbers besides 1 and 12 can I multiply together to get 12? And I'm thinking 3 and 4. 3 is prime, so I'm going to circle that because that branch is done. And 4 is still composite. 2 times 2 multiplied together gives you 4. And this and this are both circled because they're prime. So my factor tree is complete. All of my branches are circled. There's no more options. And to answer this question, I would write 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which would also be written as 2 to the 3rd power times 3. That's the answer to the question for prime factorization. Always check if you see a number that's repeated, use your exponents. This is the end of the video. Again, these are the topics for your quiz. So if you can do all of these types of questions for your quiz tomorrow, you will do great on the quiz. So any comments, please let me know if there are any questions. I'd be happy to respond. This is the end of the video. I'll see you in class tomorrow.